Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jillian and I channel the Akashic Records. So today I am sitting under my favorite apple tree on my land, which is my grandma's old house. So this tree has been around for years and years and years. And I have a message to share. I got this download, I guess you could say, the other night that Mother Earth, Mama Gaia, wanted me to share a message for her. I've been feeling extremely connected to earth energy, to earth's star chakra energy recently. And I feel like at this time, it's really important for us to have the tools to be able to connect in with the earth, because we are all here on this planet together. We are all part of the collective that is Mama Gaia. We are all individual cells of Mama Gaia. We are literally made of earth, fire, water, air. Like that is how we are here physically. So sit down, tune in, let's get right into it. So for those of you who are new here, how I access the Akashic Records is I say a prayer which allows me to raise my vibration up into the dimensions of the records. Once I'm done the prayer, I begin to channel and I use my clairsenses. So sometimes I see things, sometimes I feel things, sometimes I just know things. And I feel really excited about today. So, there's my puppy Anubis. So, all right, here we go. Without further ado. Mother God, help me to open my heart. Protect me and guide me away from any fears or resistance. Remove all judgment and allow me to channel the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of all. Remove any obstacles from the connection to and the awareness of the truth. Help me to surrender to truth and allow it to flow through me unhindered. I now request access to the Akashic Records of the collective. Help me to know the collective in the light of the Akashic Records, to see the collective through the eyes of the lords of the records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of the collective have for it. The Akashic Records are now open. Namaste. All right, so from this space of the Akashic Records today, I'd really like to tune into Mama Gaia's energy. And I would like to know what Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, would like me to share with those who are listening today. So right away, I'm feeling in my belly and in my root, specifically my sacral chakra though, this like crumbling energy. Like it really feels like things are crumbling. Like if you have a cookie and you crush it and there's just a bunch of crumbles. So it feels like a lot of, or even like a stone wall and you're like hitting at the stone wall and then you break the stone wall and it crumbles down. It's really giving this like London Bridge is falling down energy. A lot of old structures are crumbling, which if you are in this earth, you probably already know that. You've probably already seen that. So Mother Earth, she wants you to hold on. This is just a process of her own healing. She is the one who is going through this healing right now. So if you think of Mother Earth as an actual spirit or as an actual entity or an actual physical body, if you zoom out and you look at Mother Earth and then you look at all the other planets, it's like they are her brothers and sisters, okay? All the other planets in our solar system are like her brothers and sisters. So she, like, think of her just like a human, just like another soul, just like us. And she right now on a large scale is doing her healing work. She is in this process of healing and releasing through her own lower chakras so that she can create space and upgrade and begin to channel more of her authentic energy of who she really is. So for those of us as individual cells on the planet, we're going to be feeling those things differently. Some of us are going to be more in like you know, more of a piece of the wall that is crumbling and breaking, and we're going to be really feeling that death, that pain, that destruction, you know. And then others of us are going to be embodying more of that newer energy and more of that higher frequency energy. And keeping in mind that each soul that is here on this planet right now, because they're a human on earth, they have amnesia, they can't remember, but they all play a crucial role, and they all have a purpose. And if you think about each of us on our own soul journey, you know, we've had some lives where we've been really bad, terrible humans, some of us. We've had some lives where we've been in these horrendous, awful situations, and we've done our own individual work in those lives that have brought us to who we are here today. And all of the souls on this planet are all at different stages of their own spiritual journey. So they're all at different levels, they're all at different experiences. No two human beings are the same. No two human being has the same soul experience, the same purpose, the same mission. And so it's really important that we do focus on our own individual healing, but also that we connect in with Mother Earth, that we ground our energy in, that we send our healing light in, that we allow her to be our mother, and we lean on her for support when we need it. And we work on healing and releasing from our own lower chakras, because, you know, as within, so without, as above, so below. As we do this work on our own individual level, we are contributing to the greater good, contributing to the collective, to the higher plan, I guess you could say. But basically, they're really showing, like, as above, so below. They're really showing that Mother Earth is in the process of really breaking down and releasing these old energetic blocks, these old ways of being. And unfortunately, we are the cells on this planet. We don't remember, a lot of us, you know, we know these things, we remember these things at a soul level, but from our human perspective, it's a lot harder to remember who we really are. But she wants you to hold on. She wants you to keep going. Connect in with her, lean on her as your mother. Releasing a lot of anger, a lot of liver. Mother Earth, she said, I got this message the other night when I was sleeping, and I wasn't in the records, so I was hoping that this would come through today. She is not anger. She is not angry. She is releasing anger. So for those of us that are like, Mother Earth is angry, Mother Earth is mad, she is destroying things. No, she's not, but she is releasing. So she is releasing things that feel like anger, that feel like destruction, that feel chaotic. You know, she is going through her own process of emotional healing, of emotional release. And so this is showing up in the world with you know, natural disasters and events like that, but it's also showing up within each of us individually and collectively. So releasing these emotions, remembering that we are not our emotions, that we are the one who witnesses our emotions. We are the one who holds ourselves through these emotions. And when our emotions get too big and feel too heavy, go outside, sit on the earth, lean into Mother Earth, breathe the energy of Mother Earth up from your root chakra. Let your emotions go into the earth, release down into the earth. Being grounded at this time is so important, because I'm just taking a big breath here. Because when we are grounded, we can remember, we can tap into the bigger collective, to the bigger frequency. We can remember who we really are. We can release so much more easily. We can tap into this creative manifestation power. Yes, Mother Earth is not angry, but she is releasing anger. She is a higher dimensional being. She is releasing these lower vibrational frequencies. She is not operating from a duality perspective as those of, well, her higher self isn't. So Mother Earth has a higher self as well. Okay. And so her higher self sees this whole vision and this whole picture, but she is like the third dimensional human. She is like us. So she is going through and feeling and releasing and experiencing just like we are here on earth. But she also has her own higher self who sees the bigger plan, who sees the bigger picture. Oh, that is so cool. So yes, so even Earth herself is the part of a larger collective. So as much as we are all a part of the collective of Mother Earth, Earth herself is also a part of a larger collective. And some of us who are here on this earth right now are not from Earth, right? We come from these off-planet places, but we have incarnated here on Earth, and we are helping to do this work, but it's because we are a part of the larger collective as well. So it's almost like we're helping our sister out. Those of us who come from other planets, we see a sister, we see a friend in need, and we go to help that person. So we are going to help our Mother Earth, going there to help her to heal, to help her to release. Oh, so this is accentuating the importance of tapping into your purpose here on this lifetime, tapping into your mission. What is it you came here to do? What is it you came here to heal, to help? How can you be of service to others? And when you are of service to others, you will be in flow and you will be receiving all that. Oh, this is such a beautiful message. You will be receiving all that you deserve. Being of service is such an important factor here. And it's not being of service in totally abandoning all your needs and sacrificing all your needs for another. No, because your own individual healing is so extremely important as the individual cell of the planet that you are. But at the same time, being of service, so finding out what your purpose is, how you can help others, how you can help the planet, how you can help lift this world up, while still maintaining your sovereignty. That is a really key point. You need to take care of you first, and through this taking care of you, your purpose will be revealed to you. And then it is so important that you step into that purpose, because a lot of us, like I just said, a lot of us come from off planet. We are part of this larger collective, and we have sort of volunteered to be like, hey Earth, hey sister, you need help. And so part of our collective mission, part of our purpose was actually to come here to help Earth to raise her vibration. And so, oh, I just wish I could take what's in my brain and like put it into your brain. But essentially they're showing that like the message here is as above, so below, as within, so without. That is such an important message. And so yes, we are a part of the collective here on Earth, but Earth herself is also part of a much larger collective, and some of us come from that larger collective of energy as well. I love that. Is there anything else Earth wants me to share? Yes, remember your power. Power is so misunderstood here on this planet, and when I say power, if that brings up anger or shame, or like, oh, I can't be powerful people are bad, or whatever, if you feel any kind of emotional trigger when it comes to power, that is an indicator that you have work to do there. But it is so important for each of us to step into our power in this lifetime. And what that means is not giving your power away to others, right? When you get offended by someone else's opinion, you are giving them your power. When you are when someone is taken from your life, or someone decides to leave your life and you feel like you're a victim, no, that was divinely planned. They were not coming with you where you are going. You are not a victim. You are powerful. But it's okay if you do feel like a victim sometimes, because that is part of the emotional release. We need to learn how to hold both poles, because right now, this planet, we are in the third dimension, which means we are in a place of duality. And as much as we are able to hold, really scary, crappy feeling emotions and really high vibrational, loving emotions, we also need to be able to hold the poles of our higher self and our higher self's knowing, and who we really are, our present self's knowing. We need to be able to hold her while we also hold our emotional self, our human self, our physical self. And so it's okay if you feel like a victim sometimes. Let it out, feel it, release it, give it back to the earth. But at the same time, understanding that you have the power to do that. You have the power to be able to release and to be able to feel your anger, feel your sadness, feel your happiness, feel your joy, feel the victim energy. You have the ability to feel. That is your power. And when you are able to harness that and understand that your higher self knows exactly what's going on and your higher self wants what's best for you, and all the things that you desire are already yours. It's just a matter of learning who you really are, to learn what it is you really desire, to release all that you are not, just as Earth is doing. She is on her ascension path, and those of us here are on the ascension path, whether we like it or not, and we are all at different phases of that path. Some of us are living lives like it's the dark ages, right? Because some of us have been in the dark ages and some of us are still in the dark ages, and that is the path that our soul chose in this lifetime. And some of us are living, in the higher frequencies, and we're, we've already healed a lot of that past stuff, and so then we have the ability to tap into our purpose, to be able to help those and to be able to turn and shine the lantern on those who need our help, and to help bring them up in whatever way is for the good of the collective, and not just the collective of Earth, but the collective of all, right? And it gets even bigger and bigger and bigger. We think about the Milky Way, that is a body, that is a being, that is an entity. And then it goes even bigger. There's other galaxies out there, right? And like, who knows, maybe this universe isn't the only universe, right? There are other universes. So our universe itself is one collective entity. And the same can be said about angels. We have archangels, and then from the archangels, we have angels that, each archangel has their own sort of team of angels, and then those angels have their own souls that are part of, like, their own soul fractals that are part of them, and then they split off. And at the end of the day, though, it all comes back to one. It all comes back to source. It all comes back to the light. And so everything is as above, so below, as within, so without, everything, even down to the tiniest cell in your body and the massive state of multiverses. We all serve a purpose, and we are all part of the collective, and we are all slowly or fast, whatever, time isn't real in these dimensions, we are all moving back towards that light. And we're all at different phases of that journey of moving back towards that light, right? There are multicolored, all these little spots. Some of them are still filled with trauma and dark. Some of them are filled with light. Some of them are a mix of both. But ultimately, we are all moving back towards this light together. Ah. Awesome. I loved that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mother God, for coming to my aid. Thank you to all the beings of love and light who have assisted the process. Thank you, masters, teachers, and loved ones of the collective, for providing your love, guidance, and healing. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. Say hi, Anubis. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mwah.